Laissez les bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. Welcome to New Orleans, folks. Welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. This is Eric Brown waiting to catch the streetcar. So we're out here waiting to catch the streetcar to the French Quarters. It is very, very hot out here. It is July in New Orleans, so anytime you come to New Orleans in July, just be ready for it to be hot as fire out here. Humidity is very high, but you know, it's going to be a fun night. We're going to go see what Bourbon Street's like during COVID, see if everyone's wearing their masks. We're going to go see a little bit of the French Quarters. We're going to have a good night. This is my first time riding a streetcar, and I've lived an hour away from New Orleans my entire life, but I've never been on a streetcar. So, hey, we're going to check it out for the first time today, and it's coming. Are catching the streetcar at St. Charles Street, if you see, and it goes multiple different directions. The streetcar in New Orleans is a good way to get around whenever you come to New Orleans and you don't want to drive around. Parking's a pain in the butt in New Orleans. Like, nobody wants to deal with parking and paying to park and finding parking. Streetcar is a very good way to get around, and it's only $1.25 to catch the streetcar around. So we're getting ready to have our first experience with the streetcar. There's an app for the streetcar, the RTA app for New Orleans. You may want to use that unless you carry around $1.25, and not many of us carry cash anymore. Here we go, folks. Let's get excited. Here it comes. So here we go, deep in the heart of the French Quarters, and there's Bourbon Street across the street, so we're going to get our first glimpse of Bourbon Street. After all of the shutdowns and everything with the bars, they just reopened here in Louisiana maybe about 2 weeks ago, so not long at all. So we're going to see what it's like, Bourbon Street style right now. I see a lot of people not wearing masks, but from what I understand, you can not wear a mask if you're social distancing and you're outside, which all of this Bourbon Street's outside. But if you go in any of these bars, you're required to put a mask on. So I'm sure all these people I'm seeing out here in the heat, they have their masks, but they're not wearing them. Me personally, I'm wearing mine, but it's so hot out here, I'm going to pull it down every so often because I can't deal with walking around in this heat the entire time with my mask down. It's like 8 o'clock at night, but it's still like 92 degrees. We all know how these
Bourbon
souvenir
Street
shops in
here.
New Orleans are. They're pretty funny.
Not bad.
Some of these
prices.
shirts, I don't even know if they're appropriate for YouTube, but we all love the souvenir shops in New Orleans. They're gold. That's the back of the famous St. Louis Cathedral. We're going to go around the front. We're going to get the money shot in a few minutes. We all know what shot that is. The shot with the cathedral, of course, and the Andrew Jackson statue. There's the cross in the back. You could say that's one of the money shots, too. That's one of the ones you have to get when you come to New Orleans and you take some pictures. That is an absolute beautiful shot, but pretty quiet night around. They even got a little grocery store right there if you want to go in and refill on some drinks or something. Rouse's Market right there. Go around and have a good time. And there goes the Nola 300 statue for the tricentennial of New Orleans. A few years ago, that used to always be lit up. I want to say it was like a bright pink color. The Nola 300. I don't know. That's the first time I've seen it not lit up. I've seen it a few times. It's pretty cool. I've got some pictures with it lit up on my Facebook. And there's the money shot right there. There's the money shot. That's the front of the St. Louis Cathedral. And that is the Andrew Jackson statue. The American flag off to the right. That's a picture right there that's synonymous with New Orleans. When you see images of New Orleans, you've definitely seen that picture. And if you walk up the steps past the Jackson Square and the St. Louis Cathedral, you can see this view of the mighty Mississippi right here. This is a great spot just to cock your feet back, sit back on and relax. A lot of seating area. Made our way back to Bourbon Street, kind of hanging out. It's about 10:30 right now, so I'm not going to be out too much longer, but kind of just enjoying the experience. It's been a while. Some of the bars haven't reopened down here. A lot of them are, but some haven't. But doesn't stop people from coming out having a good time. Bourbon Street's one of those places. World's coldest beer. That's interesting. But Bourbon Street's one of those type places where you can just hang out on the actual street and have a good time and party it up. And you don't even have to go in the bars or the clubs to have a hell of a night. I know I've had my nights on Bourbon Street where I didn't even go in clubs. Everyone loves that picture right there of the horses. Throwing a little party right here. I don't know what's going on right here. We're doing a little dance competition a minute ago. I kind of missed the little dance competition. I think I screwed that up with my phone. I was trying to record it, but I didn't hit record, so I was going to put that out there, but I couldn't record the audio anyway because they're playing music in the background. And on YouTube, when there's music in the background, there's copyright infringements. I've gone through that before. Yeah, I had to mute the sound on the music because of the copyright rule. You're going to be knocked out after one of those. I did snap a couple pictures of the dance off.
And a revelation of the righteous judgment of God prevail. You see, so come to Jesus because He is merciful, He is good, He is compassionate. You see, but you need to humble yourself before He is permanent and rooted with a whole heart today. You see, come to Jesus, don't leave Him behind the neck. So don't really freaking run with God, but get right with God now. Because if you were to die today, then there comes judgment. You see, He's not going to say, all right.
No trip to Bourbon Street is complete without that come to Jesus moment, but this guy's good. Listen to him.
Stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry.
I'm bringing it in from the quarters right now because I can't take anymore. I'm old. I can't do it like I used to, but we'll catch up in a moment. Made it home. It's about 1 a.m. Had a great night in New Orleans. If you enjoy this type of material, please subscribe, like, and I'll catch you in the next video. Remember, live today, grow today. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace.